forgot it like just now.
Good job. Proud of you. It's a great show, guys.
Fucking gone.
Yeah, we're professionals, dude. Yeah, that's what we are.
Look,
we have 150 episodes.
Every once in a while, I'm just not going to have one, all right?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm going to have an off week every once in a while. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another After Dark episode of the Phantom Zone. We have some news and some trailers for, well, one movie's likely never coming out. I don't care how many trailers they put in front of my face. But I'm Connor McGraw, and it seems like we're once again in the middle of a battle zone.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Alan, you want to report in from wherever you are in the trenches over there?
Yes, I'm here at the Battle of Yonkers. We're using the fireworks to distract the undead.
What are you at the Wyatt compound?
Might as well be.
I was like, that's the
Alan's
best wrestling
really
joke
good at his
I'll
improv
ever make.
skills, so yeah.
Oh god, I hate that I know what that means.
Yeah, that's some good shit, actually. Well, I guess it would actually be like the Hardy compound, because that's where all that shit started, with the fucking deletion stuff. Arlen, that's some weird wrestling for you to get into.
You should
really
definitely
strange
watch
stuff.
It's Twin Peaks level.
It is
Shit.
It's Matt Hardy from the Hardy Boys basically going like, can I just do like whatever I want for the next 6 months? And someone was like, yeah, sure. And he came up with this gimmick where he convenes with 7 deities. He has a drone that plays hologram versions of himself. He has a boat that he named. He has a petting zoo. They're all in her presidents, I think.
It's a left-handed boat.
That's
some middle shit.
It's wacky as fuck.
It's great.
Like,
you should watch it.
It is really, really, really like I'm like, this is wrestling. Like, it's filmed on location, like not an arena and not the way you film a wrestling show. It's filmed like a low budget horror film.
It's like an asylum horror film.
Kind of, yeah.
It's pretty brilliant.
It's hilarious.
He has a drone.
Yeah. Vanguard won. And he feuded with his brother, Jeff, and at some point goes to Jeff's house and takes...
And fucks up his lawn.
Yeah, Jeff does, like, weird art on his lawn, so Matt gets on top of, like, one of those lawnmowers you ride around and just drives a line straight through it, cackling the entire time.
It's so good.
Like, with his arms out going, yes!
Brother Nero, I knew you'd come.
It's so strange. Anyway, who else is here?
Arlen Haro. And it's Pop, by the way.
It's whatever. I don't care where you're from. You're fucking backwoods, whatever the fuck. I've lived in now 3 states in this country. I have not heard anyone call it Pop.
Well, you're in the wrong state.
I don't know, east, southeast, and now Midwest. Like,
yeah, the wrong places on the map. So, yeah.
I'm Hunter Davenport, and if you're from Boston, fuck you.
Yep, I endorse this.
I don't really have any strong feelings in the matter.
It's a shitty city.
Yeah.
Before we roll headlong into the speed round, I do want to just bring this up real fast. I want to know if anybody had any...
Wait. Here, Connor. You just stepped on Alan's intro.
Alan introduced himself. He's from the Battle of Yonkers.
Oh, did he really? Fuck.
I didn't know that was official.
I was going to do...
Yeah, I guess it is.
I was going to make an Empire Records reference, but it's okay.
I figured we may not talk about this ever again, or at least the opportunity may not come up. Heroes in Crisis. We're not talking about Doomsday Clock. There's nothing really to say at this point. How does everybody feel?
I don't care.
I don't care enough to read it, so I didn't.
I'm trying to hold back.
I don't feel this level of tragic loss you do, Alan, because I don't get like comic book deaths or fucking comic book deaths, and in a year they'll be saying to themselves, all right, how can we undo all of that? My thing is, like, I don't really know how I feel about the tone of this story, and I think it's starting off in the wrong foot altogether.
I stopped caring about comic book deaths when I learned about the X-Men. That's the official tipping point for everyone, I think.
To be honest, I took a step back and realized that it shares similarities with Identity Crisis.
Blech. Yeah, which is probably why I find it to be so off-putting. That and I don't know. I don't like the idea that you set up this kind of halfway home for super people who are having issues, and then you resolve all that by just having them all gunned down off-screen on some farm in the middle of nowhere by someone else who's mentally ill. I'm like, this is tone deaf.
Oh, you're talking about another great DC choice.
Eric, intern with the
There
jokes.
is somebody.
Hi, everybody. What'd I miss?
Nothing. I just opened up
nothing.
with Heroes in Crisis. Anybody had any thoughts on it real quick?
Oh, yeah. Hey, no, I'm not even going to read it until it's out in trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay.
I'm never going to read it.
I'm back
so-
reporting at the Battle of Yonkers. It seems we won. So we won, everybody. We won.
You won. I like how the entire conflict resolved in what, an hour?
More or less.
Treaty was signed and everything.
They work fast in New York.
It's fast
But
place.
yeah, well, since me and Al and the other two that really read it, I guess we'll just move on. Unless anybody else has anything else to say.
No,
Mm.
no, I don't care.
Seems kind of dumb from what I've heard.
Does
Um,
everyone know
yeah.
who the culprit is? And don't say it yet, because I'm going to offer a spoiler warning. If I know I
have
told
a
you,
couple
Eric.
guesses.
Okay,
It's the Joker.
who wants to know?
It's the Joker.
It's not the Joker.
Oh man.
All right,
Go
nobody.
ahead.
All right, well, here it is. This is a spoiler warning, everybody. So, I don't know, fast forward a few minutes. Here we go. It's Booster
Wait. Oh, man.
What?
I was going to say,
Gold. It was Booster Gold.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
More than likely, there's very few other options. It was
Why?
Booster Gold.
Okay. Here's the thing about that. Why?
I don't know.
Why
They
is
took-
it all of a sudden doing
See, this is where it kind of starts to fall apart.
Yeah,
Because-
because you think about it for more than a minute, you're like, that's fucking dumb.
Well, the last real thing I remember reading with Booster Gold, and it was Convergence, and he turned into fucking Wave Rider.
Well, no, this is playing off something that happened in a Batman run recently, where Booster he was fucking time traveling, and then oops, the Wayne survived.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoops.
and then somehow
That should
creates,
be a bigger deal.
that creates yeah, that Booster Gold just flashpointed.
Wouldn't that be fucking preferable?
Also, I'm serious. That should have been front page news. That's the kind of thing that gets on the Today Show or whatever. Jesus Christ.
So it's only a couple issues long, but he hangs out in this alternate timeline and basically just witnesses what would become the Bat family without Bruce's leadership just fucking fall apart, and all of them get murdered. At some point, Bruce shoots himself in front of Booster, and then at some point, Bruce from that timeline kills the original Booster who traveled back in time. And so basically, by the end of it, Booster Gold is convinced there's blood in his goggles that he can't wash off, even though they're completely clean. So they've more or less established that he's snapped.
Okay, that's kind of cool, I
And then he
guess.
saw something so
okay.
traumatic, he's never gonna be the same.
And I mean,
So
I
we've gone
think
full how.
I think
is what
that's
you're saying.
I think that's a good way to handle how he would have snapped. But from everything I've heard, it seems like
That's
the
my
most
thing. You saw
tone-deaf release.
you saw this horrific event, and so your release for it was to, again,
Cause
mercilessly
the perfect event.
gun down 13 people.
And maybe not release it right around the anniversary of the
Yeah, maybe
biggest shooting,
not
you
release it
tone-deaf
a week
fucks.
away from fucking October 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, DC.
The other
Yeah.
person they teased was Harley, but I feel like that's too on the nose, and if it does, it's just I feel like it backtracks a lot of work they've done for her character. So
That is very
Yeah, that doesn't make sense with her character. She's basically redeemed at this point.
Also,
in
the
the current continuity.
For those of you who haven't read it, for every person that, with Booster, with Harley, with a bunch of them, the people are a bunch of heroes that were killed. They give sort of reasons why they're there.
yeah, they have what looks like basically pre-recorded testimonials, and they're detailing what their issues are. And the whole thing ends with Booster basically saying I'm not okay.
Yeah, it ends with Booster saying, "Help me, please."
Yeah.
What does Lagoon Lad say? I'm completely irrelevant.
He said,
I went to fish this morning.
I'm the joke that people make about Aquaman. That's all.
and
I
that's
can do.
the other thing too. It's like I do say like you brought back Wally, and then this is the end of the road for Wally. Wow.
That kind of bothered me. Like that's the biggest thing for me. It's just really you killed Wally West. Like he was my Flash when I first started.
Yeah,
reading
me
Flash
too.
I saw
comics.
Roy. I was like, who gives a shit?
I do.
It's,
There are people who give a shit.
Actually, no.
But
That guy.
Jason does.
it was the child of that cat he was strangling in an alley that came back and killed him.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. Whenever someone brings it up, I still don't believe it happened, and then I look at it.
But to close this up, like I don't know, the execution is like you took a bunch of Z-list characters that nobody fucking knows about. Like Citizen Steel is only now semi-relevant because of Legends, but that's like what 3 names among like 13 people who mean a little bit, and then the rest are just like, who's that?
Wasn't there a Green Lantern body somewhere in there too? That's what I was reading in an article about it. Was that it's obscured by Superman's body? But
I had to go check.
yeah,
It's
I
Guy
think-
Gardner, probably.
I feel like Roy is the biggest of them because am I wrong, or was the whole my ward is on heroin? Was that not like a news story?
Our
back
traveling
in the day?
heroes.
that was
That was like 40
years ago though. Yeah, that was a long
Right,
time.
but
ago.
I know, but like I would imagine people still know about it. I would think one would imagine.
I know, but
Roy's
people.
problems,
Oh, go ahead.
Roy's problems are always like front and center whenever he's around, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah,
and it doesn't
Sorry,
matter. Oh no, sorry. It doesn't matter who the character is as long as they're handled well. Like, and
Right.
nobody's handled Roy well in years, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure Alan could give me like a
Yeah.
4-page
He does
diatribe,
his
but
best.
I don't know the character that well, but he was used really well in what the fuck was that book?
And he strangled that
Mm.
cat.
Red Hood and the Outlaws. He was used very well.
oh, you mean the new
Um,
52 Red Hood and the Outlaws?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it still wasn't like I don't know. I feel like that was
I don't know.
a lesser.
I'm not
book.
saying it was great, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, this is all undone in a year, in one way or another.
Yeah.
And I think-
almost like there's a problem with comics not understanding permanence.
Well,
And,
there's that.
yeah.
I think it's actually. I think the only thing I'm going to say about Doomsday Clock is I think this is somehow going to be wrapped up in how that gets resolved, because I think
Right.
that is leading to like Dr. Manhattan hopped over to the fucking DC universe and was like, "Ooh, look, toys." And then fucks around for a long enough time to the point where he starts making little goofs and people start to catch on to him, and you think he's doing maybe a bad cleanup job.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
It's
Superman is
always,
going to punch him to death.
Right. Bring the new 52 versus the Rebirth verse. DC, pay me that
See,
money.
you say it like it's a joke, and it kind of is. I kind of want to see it.
I mean, I want to see it because I want to see Snyder back on Batman again and like actual Batman.
I just want to see DC do like a Battle World kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it'll be bad.
Yes.
It'll be really bad, like because neither of the big two know what the fuck they're doing anymore.
I'm
but
convinced
It's like-
Marvel has lost their minds.
It's like there's a fucking wheel in both offices. They send the wheel back and forth, and they just spin
No, but
it.
they both have the wheel right now.
There's one hand from each party on the wheel. The wheel's mine right now.
Yes.
Marvel execs are sweating because it landed on Dr. Manhattan enters the world again. Like, how
Yeah.
do we do this?
And they're just like, it just says kill someone, event, reboot. That's it.
Right. And then over in Image Land, they're just like, hey, there's nothing wrong with our book. Some of them are bad, but that's because of the writers, not because of us.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But anyway, I think we could pivot off that. What is the first story in the speed round?
Our first story is the picture of Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers.
Oh my
which is-
god.
It's nothing, but it's like he looks so much like Mr. Rogers. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Kind of scary.
He really is. He really is America's Superman.
So is Tom Hanks on a quest to like almost like he's collecting the Infinity Stones? Like, is he just gonna go play like every like just objectively heartwarming male figure in American history? Like, is he gonna do
Yeah.
Bob Ross next?
Oh god.
Well, I'm just.
I want that now.
I'm waiting for the scene.
It's either him or Seth Rogen.
I'm waiting for the scene in the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers pick where the one actor from Captain Phillips shows up and goes, "I'm your captain now. I'm your captain.
I'm your neighbor now."
maybe he'll play the king of imagination.
He's like, "That's wonderful. Come over for tea sometime, okay?"
Why does he have an accent?
Mr. Rogers had a slight accent.
Yeah.
He did. He's Southern, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was from Pittsburgh, actually, if I remember correctly.
He has a weird, like, it's not really an accent, I would say. It's like a twinge.
It's like
It's not Southern. It's like because he grew up very religious. So you know how sometimes religious people will have like this weird, not quite Southern accent. It's like
a preacher's rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
He has that.
I don't know.
Brainwashed.
I don't know if it's a generational thing, but the rumor that I had about Mr. Rogers when I was a kid was that he actually used to be a professional wrestler. And I know there's no truth to that.
Ours was that he was in the Marines and he wore sweaters for the show all the time because he was covered in sick ass military tattoos.
Yeah, that one never died. That one just kept on going.
That's the one we had too.
Mhm.
I just like the idea of Mr. Rogers doing a Death Valley driver to someone.
But all of his move names would be like really wholesome sounding.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be the friendly neighbor.
Like, yeah, the good morning.
Exactly.
Mr. McFeely must really regret that name right now.
I'm just imagining Mr. Rogers fighting Jesse Ventura.
Here's the thing, like,
Take your sweater off, you son of a bitch.
Mr. Rogers better be all fucking speed because I think he's like half the size of Jesse Ventura.
Oh, he'd pull down a luchador mask and be going off the top ropes all the time.
He becomes Rey Mysterio.
yeah.
It's just that scene from Spider-Man 1. Just
Okay, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I just revisited that movie recently. That entire sequence is just absurd on levels I didn't quite remember because A, it's implying that pro wrestling's like real. And like B, people could just like you can just assault someone in that ring and like there's no legal way, there's no legal ramifications or anything like that.
It's real to me, goddammit.
But at the same time, wrestling's also fake. I don't understand it.
In the world of comic books, it's real, I guess.
It's real and fake.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
I'm looking at the comments on the DC Comics, like Heroes in Crisis.
Why would you do that?
No, because
actually, this seems like a fun thing to go down a fun road.
I actually found a legitimate question from someone.
Okay.
The question is, how did Flash Wally West get taken out by a bullet?
Yeah, and here's the problem. He's suited up too, so that's the other side of that. He was apparently ready for something.
My answer is Booster's from the future, and he has a future bullet. Boom.
And Booster shows up and goes, any minute now. He goes, what? And he's like, the bullet I fired 2 years ago is going to come back to It's in a wormhole right now.
It's like part of that storyline in the Avengers books I sent you.
Yeah. Oh, when Thor it's Thor's game where he throws around the fucking sun.
Yep.
Another comment is someone saying that it's Superboy Prime and Psycho Pirate.
Damn it.
Wait. Oh.
That was actually pretty good. That's fine. Okay. Do we have any other?
Real quick though, the Psycho Pirate one was actually a really cool idea that I'd read because they're like, yeah, this is just his therapy for people. He's just making him go through the worst thing
Wow.
He's like, my methods are cruel but effective.
Scientology.
I mean, I don't have anything else to say about Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I mean, that picture is delightful.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Looking forward to the film. All right.
Oh, no.
Here we
Okay, it's going to be a lot of just shitting on Fox for the next, 30 minutes.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
Okay.
Going at the mouth.
Okay, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Deadpool, or do we want to start with Dark Phoenix?
Let's start with Dark Phoenix.
All right.
see Deadpool because I think we'll have the lead.
Even though it's a stupid idea.
It is,
really
but I mean
dumb.
that's really about all we can say about it. It's like, wow, this is a dumb idea. I wonder why they're doing that. Huh.
Yeah, but I really want to explain why it's dumb. And
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so Dark Phoenix it is. I only saw this trailer once and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
So
I felt nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I felt
I was
nothing
hoping
watching the
this
trailer.
was
The only thing
more-
I felt was like, I'm like, we are just doing this again. Like
Yeah.
you did, like you even skipped steps to get here.
I'm really, really hoping that funeral they show is just them burying the back, like all the scripts they're sitting on.
They're just burying Bryan Singer.
They'll never find you.
And you go. Here's the thing. It's, one, like dropping the X-Men title, a little weird.
Yep.
Also, I just like that tweet I found is the most savage and truthful thing about this. Is like Simon Kinberg just found an old laptop from 2001-ish, and just like opened up that X-Men 3 document and just changed some names out and said, "Bam, I'm done."
Yep.
It's gonna be
Same
so
thing.
fucking bad.
I think that's what happened. I think that's literally what happened.
Like,
Or
it's a joke, but I would not be surprised.
And like,
the only
I
other
know,
option
I know,
is the
I know.
same executives gave them the same bad notes, and they listened the
Yeah,
second
like
time.
they all have like fucking collective amnesia and just forgot that Last Stand was a thing. When really, it's like the reason that you're in this convoluted mess of a timeline in the first place.
Well, and not just rebooting after First Class, which is what they should
Yeah.
have done. But yeah,
Also, like we haven't spent a whole lot of time with these young X-Men, and
nope.
the time we did spend with them, like, I can't say I'm fans of any of them. I'm not overly
I don't
attached
even
to
know
anyone.
who they are yet. they aren't even characters to me yet. Like,
No, they're power sets.
Yeah.
yeah,
Beast
they're
is okay, I guess.
Well, but he was a carryover
yeah.
from First Class, though. That's the thing.
But I'm just talking about the people introduced in Apocalypse. Like this version of
they're
Storm,
fucking
she's
nothing.
just a version of the other Storm. Like that's all she is. I don't know. Like
Yeah. It's nothing really. I mean, it's been delayed for so long, and it's getting delayed yet again. Like,
That was my opening bit. Son of a bitch. I was going to say it was delayed till leap year, but there's no leap year until 2020.
it seems like kind of a pointless endeavor, and it feels like they're putting it out more out of spite and contractual obligations than anything else.
yeah, that's how it feels like. That's and like everybody's going through the motions. Also, that's the other thing. Like fucking McAvoy feels like he's just like, yeah, I'm here.
I'm here to keep the lights on.
Well, and I mean, let's be honest. They did the movie how long ago? So,
I feel like McAvoy and Fassbender probably love those characters and like at the end of the day like that work. But I'm sure they don't like all the nonsense that comes with it.
Fassbender's like the best part of like First Class.
He's the best part of all three of them. Honestly, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he fought the Nazis, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Nazis in the woods that are there.
Him lifting the submarine is like really powerful shit.
Yeah.
It's me. You saying like you think that Fassbender and McAvoy really like these characters, and they're getting their chains yanked around. Huh? There's another studio that has comic book movies that just did that with two other actors that were pretty prominent and really liked the characters they were playing.
And both studios like to threaten us with movies that'll probably never happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to
Two
worry anymore
studios
with
that are the
Fox.
most known for noting movies to death. So, I wonder if there's a pattern here.
It's almost like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think like
I think
collectively, Sony, like I think Sony is probably one of the biggest. We'll wait until Venom comes out, but I feel like these studios that have been like just having like holding a death grip on these comic book properties since they obtained them are like they're like fucking old ass senators who are just long past that point where they should have stepped down.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what's going on anymore. Like you're just holding on to this property because you know it's profitable. You don't know how it works.
yeah. They're
Thus
waiting.
making it eventually non-profitable because it's going to continue to suck.
They're-
And keep
They're throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it makes change.
Well, that's one thing, but and this is what you got to understand about executives. They take the perspective of, oh, I can't make money on this anymore. I'm just gonna burn this down. I'm just gonna burn this house down while I'm standing in it, and all you will have is rubble.
You know, I can kind of appreciate that a little bit.
I do too, but it's like that's why I think they didn't care if Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bad. It's like, fuck it. If we're gonna lose Spider-Man, nobody else is gonna be able to get to use it after this. Because why not? And I think that's their entire approach. I think that's what Fox's approach with Fantastic Four is. Like, if once it gets to Marvel, we're going to make sure that nobody wants to watch a Fantastic Four movie ever again. And I can't blame them for wanting to do that.
Well, but I also feel like
view.
they were doing that before they realized what the powerhouse that Marvel was. Because when did Fan Four Stick come out?
A couple years ago.
2015, I want to say.
Because I feel like at that point, I mean, Marvel was definitely doing really well for itself, but it still wasn't quite where it's at now. And I think the idea that any executive would be like, "Oh well, Fantastic Four, nobody's going to want to watch that at Marvel." Like, but nah, I think they will. I think they will really want to watch it at Marvel. Like,
yeah, I think it's hard to say because we don't actually know.
Yeah.
What would have happened?
Well, I think the big difference is at Marvel they make it a point to take something like Ant-Man or Rocket or Groot and get some serious confidence behind it, and then carefully pick people to put this on screen.
Right.
Like they have a process. Like I don't think there's a fucking a real process at these other places. Especially Fox is all of the goddamn place because Fox is like, yeah, James Mangold, please make your Logan movie every ounce of passion you have. Simon Kinberg, give me a fucking robotic routine X-Men movie. Don't put any thought to it. Go.
I think here's the thing. I don't blame him. I actually blame the studios on this one, hardcore, because of all the reshoot stuff. Like, when extensive reshoots happen, it's like, okay, this is not the director's fault. They got replaced, and somebody decided to take it away from them, and that's just what I assume from now on.
But Kinberg's been there since the beginning, so he's. I don't really think that's the case with him. Like, I feel like he's been there the whole time, and he's been like, yeah, this is great. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this again. This is a good idea.
I really don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I wish I was in the room so I could
And that's what I mean about these people kind of being involved for too long or being too involved, because George Lucas stepping away from Star Wars is one of the best things that ever happened to it, because if he kept in charge of it, he just went nuts with the fucking source material and forgot why everybody liked those movies.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, I think
my next trilogy is going to be about more bacteria because y'all like that so much, didn't you? It's great.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that was just he didn't have anybody to tell him no, which is an important thing.
I also don't believe for a minute that he had the other movies planned after Return of the Jedi. I don't believe for a second.
You can dig up old interviews where Mark Hamill was talking about stuff that they were kicking around. The whole Lucas Snoke thing came from an interview in fucking, I don't know, 80 something or 90 something.
Well, yeah, from fucking, what was it? Jon Favreau's roundtable show that he used to do. Fucking Party of Five or whatever.
No, it was
like that.
Party of Five.
something like that, but it was Jon Favreau around a table talking to people that he...
they all had dinner. It was on IFC. It was one of their early successes. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It, so. I know it didn't have Nev Campbell in it, though. So,
ironically... J.J. Abrams was on that one, right?
Yes, J.J. Abrams, Kevin Smith, and fucking who else was it? And Mark Hamill and someone else that I'm forgetting. And they got to talking about Star Wars at some point. And it came up that Mark Hamill always wanted Luke to turn bad. He always felt that was sort of the natural arc for Luke.
What do you mean the Skywalker bloodline is tainted?
Yeah. And here's the thing. I think George always had a. Wouldn't it be really cool if I think that was always there. I think that was always
what if I make the Force bugs?
And what if for the seventh movie we go inside of the bugs and we see what the bugs do?
And then we find out that their bugs have their own force bugs.
It would be so metal, man.
I love the phrase "force bugs." But
yeah.
I feel like just with fucking Fox, and you know what? With studio interference and like reshoots and everything, do you hear what the fuck happened to Predator? I mean, anybody see it yet?
I did. Yeah. And
apparently, like
the
they just
final
like
act got
took that
reshot.
movie away from Shane Black at some point and just hacked it to bits.
I believe it.
Not
That's
surprising.
Fox.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. At this point, I don't. They did the same thing to Covenant, which is probably why Covenant is not the best. It's why a lot of other movies are not the best. It's why Apocalypse is as bad as we've said.
No, that
before.
movie's just bad. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The reason I push against it is like the scene with Magneto's daughter is really good. So like somebody cared.
Yeah, but that's one
for
scene,
like
Arlen.
10 minutes.
I cared.
Right, like no, Alan. I mean someone behind the scenes.
No, he was behind the scenes, Arlen.
Oh wait, really?
He was shedding a single tear behind the camera.
Al is our secret
I believe it
exec.
actually, especially that moment because, but no, like there are moments in that movie where it's like, oh, somebody actually did their job, and then there are other scenes where it's like, oh, nobody did their job. No one did
I
their
mean,
job at
everything
all.
involving Apocalypse.
But then you cut to the Wolverine scene. Oh wow, somebody was actually like awake and.
Well, it's like we're movies that they knew would do really well for them, or at least the characters, and they actually put work into that, and everybody else kind of fell to the wayside. Psylocke, I'm looking at you.
Oh dear God!
I think that's just
and
like
that's the thing. Like I
hey.
was going to put this up earlier in regards to Dark Phoenix. I saw an article. It was on Screen Rant. Might have been written by one of their people. And if we know anything about Screen Rant, their people are kind of dumb.
Everybody's
And they also
a
like
Skrull.
They also like to, everyone's a Skrull, and they like to frequently spoil comics with their headlines. I'm like, well, when are y'all going to learn? They have an article up saying why the love between Cyclops and Jean Grey is important for Dark Phoenix. I'm like, motherfucker, what love? Like, there's no relationship. They just fucking.
We don't know who these characters are.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
essentially middle schoolers who like danced at a dance once.
Like, are we gonna thrust ourselves into Attack of the Clones? It's like, I like you, Padme. I like you. Like,
Well, it's a lot of X-Men movies. They're expecting the audience to go to it is X-Men history knowledge going in, and a lot of times that's not the case, and they're completely riding on that, is what it seems like. Apocalypse, case in point, like, hey, look, here's Storm, and here's Jubilee, and here's like, how much did Storm really do anything? How much did Jubilee do anything? How much did Nightcrawler do anything in the movie? Like, no.
Jubilee wasn't in the movie.
Yes, she was.
Like,
Yes, she was. She was in
she
the movie.
was, but she
Yeah.
wasn't. You
Yeah,
know
no,
what
I get what you mean. And they throw out like a reference to Dazzler because they're picking up one of her records at the mall. Like, it just there's a difference
Well, here's the thing,
between.
if it weren't for the Instagram post, though, I wouldn't have known about that. Nobody would have known about
Good
that.
point. Yeah, it feels like they're relying too much on the heavy history of X-Men, not on actually showing it. They're like, oh, well, you should. Scott and Summers are in love.
It's absolutely crazy to me that Deadpool 2 is like this almost an insane love letter to X-Men.
It totally is.
it is.
Because and then these movies come out and they're nothing. Like there's nothing. They mentioned Dazzler, like you said, they showed Dazzler's album once, and then they just cut Jubilee out of the fucking movie.
Yep.
like
Well,
they don't care when it comes to these ones for some reason.
well, and
But
just
again, like then they do scenes like the Wolverine scene where
Yeah.
they get it
And
like
he's not
it's panels
technically
from
an
the book.
X-Man in this universe. So it's like when it
Yeah.
comes to this team, it just seems to me they're just like, fuck it.
it almost feels like they kind of which way the wind was blowing with this series and their studio in general, and decided to start phoning it in.
Well, like
No, here's the thing.
the end of Apocalypse has that fucking scene where they're all standing there and
Yeah.
they're really dumb looking adaptations of their efforts in the comics, and
It's
like,
really fucking stupid.
and it's really Justice League. You didn't earn this esque, where it's like you didn't
Right.
earn this moment sincerely. You just arrived
No,
at
they
it and
didn't.
said, "This is ours now."
They're like, we're gonna do the speech from the end of the first movie. You're gonna like it. As
It was their version of saying, "Because I'm rich."
I don't give a shit
Right.
about that team. And like, here's the thing: that's been a problem since the first X-Men movie. Like, most of the people clicked, but I don't know. Halle Berry Storm didn't even do a whole lot back then.
I mean,
She just kind of threw windstorms at people.
And
they
she
did
had that
enough so that you cared when she attacked Toad or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. When she got
was
that
the
muscle
single
or
worst
whatever.
line in the movie's history. You know what happens when when a toad gets hit by a bolt of lightning? The same thing as everyone else. Like, dude, shut up.
Storm, stop talking. Just kill him. Like,
just do it, please.
get to the murdering. Stop quipping.
That movie, the first X-Men movie, I will say this, is like it's like an hour, right? It's like an hour-long origin story for how Rogue got that white streak in her hair. That's it.
I mean, yeah.
It's like 2 hours, but yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And
like-
don't get me wrong, at the time, like when I first saw that X-Men movie, I'm like, oh my god, they got it right. And now it's like, oh, wait a minute.
No, they didn't.
Stop.
This is the thing, and this is the problem. Okay, every X-Men movie they've ever made, up until this one, was actually a Wolverine movie, with the exception of First Class.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's
So
the
then
other
they
thing
don't know
too,
how to
is that,
make a
like,
X-Men movie.
these movies, they don't grow and they don't adapt or change. Like, why are like? Do they think Cyclops is like the animated TV series version of Cyclops, where he's this stalwart, never do wrong, fucking white
Yep.
bread good
Yeah.
guy
He still
who's
sucks.
never done a bad thing in
I
life?
hate him.
But
Here's
like,
the thing, if the movies
Cyclops
did-
is like a fucking
it-
terrorist.
If the movies did asshole Cyclops, I would at least like, okay, that's a fucking bold move. That's a fucking
That's
bold
a power
decision.
move.
It would at least be interesting.
The power
But
move
no.
of asshole Cyclops.
They do generic Captain America, but he's not even fun in the way that Cap is fun. So like,
Kicking Hope Summers in his ribs.
Yeah, like he's a mutant extremist. Like he'll
Well, no, he's dead.
well, yeah,
Like,
you're right.
Yeah.
Cyclops is dead.
But
He died like a long time ago in the.
he's dead, and now his past version has replaced him because comics.
Yep. Because Beast is an asshole.
but also like it's like the movie disregard the fact that after Jean died, Cyclops wasted like 4 seconds and was already sucking Emma Frost's face like on her grave.
He was kind of doing that beforehand. Actually, they were having a psychic tryst before she
Yeah,
died.
Wait.
yeah. Cyclops is a piece of shit.
Wait, who?
Uh-huh.
Which was when?
It was in
Madeline Pryor or Emma Frost?
it was in the Grant Morrison run that Emma Frost and Scott Summers started to have their mental tryst.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
It
it
was
I
is.
just
think
like,
we're
all
off
right,
the beaten
let's
path a
go
little
on.
bit.
Yeah,
but,
we're in the weeds.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, the Dark Phoenix trailer, it looks
Fucking
bad.
the mental tryst.
A mental tryst. That's the name of my new punk album.
Read a book.
I
Learn some
honestly-
words.
Here's my new album, Psychic Fling.
There you go.
I honestly hope that Dark Phoenix does come out just so Chris Claremont gets some money.
I mean, here's the thing, Al. We all support that, I think.
Yeah.
But at the
I mean,
same
there's
time, it's
better
like,
ways you can get money. Let's be real.
right. Also, I'm pretty sure didn't he had a credit for Deadpool because he created one of the characters that showed up.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't remember though.
You mean most of the characters?
Oh, no,
He
because a lot of the
Well,
Deadpool
'cause,
characters were created by Rob Liefeld and
Yeah, I know, I'm just
Fabian
kidding.
Nizetta.
Yeah, right. But specifically in Deadpool 2, weren't a lot of those characters his? Or am I wrong?
No, that was a lot of those showed up in New Mutants near the end. Like that's
Okay.
where Domino showed up first.
Juggernaut is definitely a Claremont thing.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think
Yeah, so he got money for Deadpool 2, which I think this is a good place to
Spoiler:
swerve into our next
Juggernaut's in
story.
Deadpool 2, so.
Okay, because
I just have
I
one last thing
need
say.
to Google this first because like I need more details.
okay, well, the gist of it is around Christmas time they were planning to re-release Deadpool 2, but a PG-13 cut of
So
the
it'll be
film.
2 minutes.
yeah, it's going to be the same thing as the Freddy Got Fingered like PG version of it.
Mhm.
Like, here's the thing. Like, why do you need a PG-13 version of Deadpool?
Make that
Like-
because all those theories about Disney taking hold, those are valid now, and this is a Disney puppet string decision, and I'm willing to take that. Yeah,
Well, wait.
to say that now. So yeah, that's what's happening. They're testing this out. They're seeing if they can get away with releasing movies twice, or if they can get even more money in PG-13. So yeah, this is their way of saying.
That doesn't make any sense because it's Deadpool. Like they're just.
I know.
but well, I mean, Fox already made the money they're going to make off of it. But I mean, it's not like he's losing money. It's like the amount of money they'll lose on marketing is nothing in comparison to what they'll probably make like within like the first month of it being out. And if it doesn't make any money after that, who cares? Like it was a test.
Like re-releases are typically not like super profitable. I think Avatar is one of the only notable ones because it's like, oh,
All
cool,
the
it made
Cameron
$3 billion and then some more. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
who cares?
Right.
This is also
Yeah,
like,
but fuck
are you?
Avatar.
Is this an implication they're going to edit the film down to a PG-13 rating? Because that's
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah,
No.
that's what they're gonna do.
Crazy idea. What they'll do is do like they used to do with TV edits of films. And
Oh my God.
anytime there's swear words, they'll just have something to stick in for it.
I want that.
Here's the
I
thing,
want
though.
that
If that
bad.
was Ryan Reynolds and he was in charge of what that was gonna be, that would be great. I would love
Okay,
that.
that's different. If like, is this a self-aware, like, tongue-in-cheek, quote-unquote PG-13 cut that was just going like diving all the way in on like, well, we can't say fuck, so fart and just look at it like something like that.
Well, I mean, like
And
they
at
do
the
with
end
the
End of the movie, he sneaks it in.
right. It's like the Thing TV cut. They cut like an hour out of the movie.
Christ.
Yeah, I mean,
So, like-
they could just go in and digitally alter the color of the blood, so they could, say, "Oh man, that's oil coming out of those robots you just killed."
Right. God, how are they gonna handle when fucking
Dopinder.
Pennywise gets fucking into the wood chipper or whatever?
Yeah,
He just disappears.
yeah.
Spoilers for Deadpool 2, by the way, in case you were.
Oh, and
Thinking that we're gonna
here's
spoil
my
the-
money. They cut out the X4 sequence altogether.
Or,
They have
and Domino
to.
just shows up and is on like it's just his buddy, and that's it.
or they use the scenes that they didn't use that we saw in the trailers. Like there was stuff that we saw with those characters that we didn't see at all in the
Oh,
movie.
they land and everyone's fine. Good joke. Ha ha ha.
I would be
Yep.
into that. Yeah, that'd be fun. I guess I don't know.
Think they're gonna? I think they'll
Go
edit out T.J. Miller.
I mean, here's the thing. That would be the only thing I would invite them to do.
Yes.
Because
Yes, please.
What they just like? What if? Okay, here's what I want them to do. What if they just put a giant sensor bar over him?
they edit in Jason Mantzoukas
Okay.
based on our
Nope.
suggestion.
Nope. All other options are dumb. Put this in.
They just fucking drop Poochie over him. Just call it a day.
No, they just have John Hamm do all his lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is asinine, and
It's a testing ground.
it
That's
very
what it is.
transparently is so. I still hate it. It's really
dumb.
stupid. And it would be one thing if you took a movie that was like, you could probably edit Dark Knight into an R-rated film and then edit
Right.
it back to PG-13 very easily. I think the only thing you'd have to probably add is like maybe some fucking mists of blood firing at people, and you'd have some pretty graphic violence. But starting all the way at the top, more or less, for an R-rated film, and then trying to cut yourself back down sounds really dangerous.
Yep.
Well, especially in a movie that, and this is one of the things I like the most about Deadpool 2, even more than the first one, is it's a movie where they intentionally took advantage of how what an R rating means. Like they did things that you can only do with an R, and they really like extravagantly explored those things.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool getting ripped in half and things like that.
I'm good. Down.
Yeah, how are you going to handle that entire sequence? Was he just going to, like, you just see him in duct tape later on going, like, I was torn in half after I fought Juggernaut, but we won't bother you with those details.
I mean, now that I think about it, how are they going to handle his fucking little penis, his fucking little child?
Or the
Like-
fact that the villains of the movie are a bunch of weird, culty, like, mutant kid molesters
It's like I don't understand
who
this choice.
elicit tears when they die because they're terrible people.
Like there are things that I would here's the thing that I would get behind more than this. PG-13 re-release of Logan. That I would.
Okay, I can see
yeah.
If they did that right, I
Yeah.
could get behind it. Like
I don't
yeah,
think that would be that tough.
You would just
You
like
re-release
you would
the
edit
black and
out-
white version, which is much easier to edit.
You just edit out the like the graphic stuff, really.
And honestly, if you made it black and white, like as soon as blood stops being red, it stops being a problem.
Yep.
This reminds me a long time ago on Mad TV of all places. There was a sketch they did. This is one of the best things they've ever done. It was they said Sopranos coming to PAX, and they aired
Yes, I remember this
episode
one.
1, quote unquote, and it's like 90 seconds long, and it's just mostly people walking in, like
Yeah.
inhaling to speak, and then it just hard cuts to the end of the conversation. Like
Hey,
at some
what are they
point, at some point, Tony pulls out a gun, and then it just cuts, and someone's dragging a body out of the room, and he's just shaking his head like. Yeah, or he walks in.
remember this.
He goes, "Where's the gabagoo?" And then just cuts someone going, "There's no gabagoo."
Good.
It's brilliance, and Mad TV had that every once in a while. But it's gonna look basically like this. It's gonna look really silly. And isn't it coming out in the middle of a string of other movies?
It's coming out in Christmas time, which, okay, I guess if there's any time to pull this experiment, I guess it's then. Because there are people that go to movies simply because their other movie is sold out.
Or they don't have anything to do on Christmas.
Yeah,
They don't have
that
families.
too.
Or
That's whether they're
enjoy.
Here's a social experiment thought. Like, imagine being the person who just doesn't follow this news and isn't really paying attention and goes to a theater and goes, well, shit, my movie's sold out. Hey, Deadpool 2's back in theaters. Let's go sit through that. And, like, the moment they get to something that's been censored, they're sitting there like, what the fuck is happening?
They think they're in the Bearstein or Mirrors world instead of the Bearstein world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mandela effect has actually happened.
Did I cross over? what was I gonna say?
So here's the thing. Alita Battle Agent's coming out. Angel is coming out on the 21st. Aquaman's coming out on the 19th. Mary Poppins is coming out on the 19th.
yeah.
Spider-Verse the 12th. Bumblebee the 20th. Mortal Engines the 12th. Like, this movie's gonna fucking get buried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense, really, like when you really think about it for long enough. Unless and maybe this is where I congratulate Fox. Maybe there was this, as I said, puppet string command to re-release Deadpool in PG-13 to see how it would do. And Fox said, where can we put this where there's a high chance of it dying? And they decided Christmas was a good place to kill it, so that they could ruin Disney's plans. Or whatever.
Imagine being an editor on this movie. It's gotta suck.
I would quit
I would-
the moment they told me
Suck.
to edit an already done movie. Like, yeah, it's
Here,
it's really
go
weird.
go turn this into something else entirely.
Hey. Go edit out all the fucks in this movie.
It's just a chimp wearing overalls and smoking a cigar. That's who's going to be editing it for them. Just go edit this.
Meet my chump.
Like,
I don't really have anything else to say about this. This is just dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
if it's a sign of things to come, like if this is even a minor experiment, like I'm not happy.
Yep.
Nope.
I agree. That's yeah. All right. Our last real story that we have, the Holmes and Watson trailer.
I've yet to see it.
I didn't know they were going to lean so hard in with the Downey Holmes parodies.
Yeah. They go. They
like,
really
it's
go
the
for
most
it.
recent thing. You know?
Well, they're leaning on that one, and they're also leaning on the Cumberbatch Holmes, though, in quite a few sequences. Like just the lighting and just the general look of it is very akin to that version. Yeah, to kind of poking fun at both, and I think they do a pretty good job as far as I can tell.
I only watched about half the trailer, but that's all I really need because it's really hard to be let down by these two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I enjoy Will Ferrell movies, and I really enjoy John C. Reilly. I think he's awesome.
I think John C. Reilly is someone demonstrating that he has more range than Will Ferrell does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
Well, John C.
Reilly has always been.
Yeah.
He's always been a great actor. So.
Yeah, he just happens to be really good at being a goofball too. So.
Yeah. Like that.
He's cool. So
that Laurel and Hardy movie coming out with him in it looks phenomenal.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks. I'm going to see that in theaters, and I usually don't go see like a drama in theaters because that feels more like watch it at home in the confines of my room. But I will
I don't
happily
want to show any real emotions.
I want to know. It's just me
I
in this
don't
movie.
want the public to know.
It's fucking intimate. But I'll throw money at the screen for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a good John C. Reilly like dramatic role, just go watch Magnolia.
Or
he's amazing in that.
See him and Tilda Swinton be a couple in We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Yes. Yeah.
Which also has Ezra Miller, and it's one of the most terrifying films I've ever seen.
Oh God,
it's horrific.
I had to watch that movie in parts.
Traumatizing.
It's
because
so
that movie,
hard to watch.
That movie holds the floodgates back on you until like the final 5 minutes.
Yep.
And then just drops this fucking megaton bomb on you as far as like horrific actions.
But it kind of doesn't, because throughout the whole movie, just the way he's treating his mother, Tilda Swinton, is, I mean, being mind you, I'm a step parent, but still I'm a parent, like seeing that, it's just like, oh God. Oh.
Arlen, you know what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't actually.
It's really
never
fucking
watched
up.
the
It's
whole movie.
really fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's the whole movie. You're just spent like, oh God, what did this fucking Devil's Seed do when he was in high school? Like, you're building up to like this event he may or may not have done. But John C. Reilly's great in that. He plays his dad, and he's the one who's just like, everything's gonna be fine.
Yep.
Just
He's been in a lot of
Well,
good
it's also
stuff.
Kevin
There's a-
likes him in it, so.
yeah.
Or, well, yeah.
He was in a Polanski movie, which I haven't seen
Really?
because it's Polanski, and I have complicated feelings on that.
Yeah.
He's also
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had sex with a kid in a hot tub, so yeah. It's,
Not we don't. We
you
don't
mean
condone
you mean
that.
the definition of pedophile? Okay, cool, got it. Good.
Pedophile.
Jesus Christ.
That's what they do.
Yep. That's specifically what they do.
I mean, it's in the name.
No, I meant the hot tub part, though. I meant the specific detail.
No. That's
Oh.
part of it, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah, this looks good. I'll see it. John C. Reilly was also in the Nova Corps, so there he is. He's all over the place.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
I'm into
also
it.
going to be in a biopic on Laurel and Hardy.
We
Connor just
already covered that, Alan.
Wow.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
You don't
Oh,
say.
fucking
really?
painfully obvious.
But yeah, no, I'm into it. I'm into his running bit where he just sees Queen Victoria and he's like, "I love you." Like it's really.
Yeah, I didn't finish the trailer, but I'll see it. Yay! I also I like Sherlock Holmes movies. I kind of like Sherlock Holmes as a character. I haven't read any original fucking Holmes books. I think maybe I've read like short form adaptations when I was a kid. Like I think I read The Hound of Baskervilles. We read one story in high school about like it's like this is the dumbest thing. It was like the League of Red-Haired Gentlemen or some shit like that. It was like the
What?
fucking subtitle of the book.
What?
It's like he investigates this like weird fucking gentleman's club of all gingers.
Okay.
It sounds like a parody
We've all
or
been
something
there.
like
Oh
that.
no, it was a real Sherlock Holmes story. It was boring as fuck.
My father-in-law gave me a whole collection of Sherlock Holmes books that I need to actually dig into at some point. But
Am I the only one
Yeah,
who remembers Sherlock Holmes in the 27th or 22nd century?
I
Yeah,
do.
it-
I remember that show.
it sounds
you are,
familiar,
Al.
but I never watched it.
It was
It's
awesome.
great because Watson's a robot, which is
Yeah.
Of course he is.
That's
Which
like
is just
that's like
great.
me going. Anyone remember James Bond Jr.?
Yes.
I do remember James Bond
Yeah.
Jr.
even though James Bond was his uncle, so that makes some really creepy things come about.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was
James
the
is
story
like,
of that
James
show.
is like,
But yeah.
I have something to tell you. I'm not your uncle.
Goddamn.
Well, I am. I'm also your father.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I actually kind of want another trailer because I do wonder if they're gonna. I do wonder if they're actually gonna have like a interesting mystery, like if that part of it will be good, because if they're able to pull off both, this movie could be like really great and not just funny. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It'd be weird to have live in a universe where there's 2 Sherlock Holmes movies where they're both funny and just fun altogether, but for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
Because I will maintain that the Sherlock Holmes movies of Downey Jr. and Jude Law are quite funny.
I love it. I love
first
it.
one-
I
One's
think
really
they're
good and
very
funny.
entertaining, and their chemistry
one
is
less so.
perfect.
Yeah. Their chemistry is really great. I think that's the strength of those two movies is their on-screen chemistry is very strong.
I also like get the music from the first movie stuck in my head constantly.
I just love that it sounds like Hans Zimmer dragged a piano out back and was like, "I'm going to beat you with a crowbar now, okay?
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to destroy you.
I'm going to
Emotionally
destroy you for the next 3 hours,
Sing into the mic.
and then I'm going to send to Christopher Nolan for fun."
What the hell?
Chris is like, "Stop texting me, Hans."
Right.
The second movie also has a really cool song called Romani Holiday. And there's what the hell?
Is there a
That
train?
was, that was a train.
That's not me.
No,
Ow,
that's me.
is the
That's,
battle starting over again?
No, that's me. That was the ghost train. There it is again. The train of ghosts.
But yeah, that's not to say about that. Hey everybody, we are actually going to pivot off into a mini episode that's going to come out with this one. We're going to talk about Mandy. Sound fun, right?
Yes.
Everybody? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, extremely. God, we are operating at like 6 tonight.
I'm dying.
I know. We're all just like fucking beat for various reasons. Forgive us. Movie Dumpster Guyver 2 is out. Finally, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes long.
Yep.
It's longer than the movie.
Go listen to it and watch the movie if you still have
Really
it.
fun.
Yeah,
So is
it's
the
greatest
movie.
movie ever made. Go see it.
Yeah, it's a movie made if you just like nerdy shit, and you like graphic violence, you're gonna love the Guyver. Also,
And if you like the original
David
Metal
Hayter.
Gear.
Yeah, David Hayter is the main character, and it's weird to see that voice come out of a real person. And then we got Crocodile Hunter coming out, and we just did American Werewolf in Paris. And next we're doing Idle Hands.
Nice. That movie's
Yeah.
great. That movie is a lot of fun.
You reminded me that it has lots of creepy shots of Jessica Alba.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah. All right. AA Haro and all the places, all the socials or whatever, but don't follow me because I'm not that interesting. Lost Haro podcast every single week. Episode with Connor came out yesterday. Go listen to it. Yay.
Don't follow me anywhere. Fuck you.
Wait for that fucking. I was waiting for him to lean up from his rocking chair.
Let's see. Monster Mash podcast. Go check that out. Coming out Halloween.
Yep.
That'll be awesome. Go check that out. It's a lot of fun. We recorded a couple episodes. One of them is lost to the ether, never to be heard from again. And the other one was about a shitty movie that I don't ever want to watch again. That'll be fun.
So yeah.
Anything else, Hunter?
No.
Okay. I'm Eric Fedorchak. You can find me on Eric_Fedor on Instagram. Dogs, cats, food, comics. I'm floating around the Phantom Zone. It's things to talk about or not talk about, as the case may be. And just go see Mandy. Oh God, go see Mandy. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you can't see it in the theater, watch it at home. Just please watch it. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yep.
Well, bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Doomsday Clock is bad.